How Did We Get Here? Starring Mouse and Creep. Episode 14. The Inebriation Cast, featuring Doom and Vault.
Piece of shit!
I'm trying to get fucking silence for the editing.
Okay, so...
Doesn't matter.
So it was at the fireworks. You know I hate the fireworks. I hate people.
You talking about Canada Day?
No, they do the Festival of
Lights.
Yeah, the fireworks downtown at English Bay. I fucking hate people, so I don't like going there.
Okay.
So I went there, and it was after the thing. So we're walking through Vancouver because I didn't want to go through the crowd of people in the subway. Or not subway, SkyTrain. I live in Canada. Wow, I'm fucked up. So yeah, it's this. We're walking just around, and this big fat guy. Like, I'm not talking like fat as in, oh, he's a bit pudgy. I mean like fat as in he is like...
Like he could put 2 pumpkins in his pants kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, he has a beer gut. He has a beer gut, but not over his belt. Like, it's consumed his belt.
Oh, so like one of those guys that hangs out of his pants.
But he's wearing, like, a jersey and, like, thug pants and, like, 18 chains. I'm not even fucking with you. Like, giant gold chains that probably weigh 8 or 9 pounds. And this guy walks up to me and my friend and goes, "Hey, do you guys know where there's a liquor store?" And I'm like, "I'm not from Vancouver. I have no idea where there's a liquor store." And he goes, "Sweet." And then he walks down the street.
Sick, bro.
Okay, it gets
You
better.
don't know? Awesome.
It gets there. He walks up
I
the
didn't want
he walks away from us. We walk up, and then I notice there's 4 cop cars on the road. And I go, "Oh, that's weird." And they're all just kind of like hanging out, getting ready for all the people to bleed off from the fireworks.
Yeah.
And like they're gonna come up this street. We gotta make sure everything's safe. And then I hear whack, and this big fucking guy kicked over a fucking mailbox for no reason. Like, it picked a fucking fight with him. And then these cops all just like, you hear all the doors open, they all step out, and they're like, "Hey, buddy!" And I have never seen a thin, fit human being run as fast as this gigantic fat man did. He ran down the hill full throttle, and as he's running, his chains are hitting him in the face and hitting him in the stomach. And he's getting dizzier and dizzier because he's shit-faced. And he gets to the bottom of the hill and does like a big like jump, like, "I'm going to turn the corner. The cops won't catch me." And the chains hit him so hard, they knock him unconscious.
Wow.
Fucking idiot.
He hits the ground, and he's just laying there and just, ugh.
Swag.
And now me and my friend have walked...
He's got a big fucking gold chain. What knocked him out? Swag knocked him out.
And me and my friend walk down the hill, and all the cops are arresting him. Like, "Why'd you knock over the mailbox?" And he goes, "I didn't do shit, cop. You don't know shit." Like,
Chapter 1. Fuck you, pigs.
this is a great day in my life. Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to How Did We Get Here? My name is Mouse.
And I'm Creep.
We're joined by 2 guests today, Doom
Hello, hello.
and Vault.
I'm hammered already.
Yeah, we're a little inebriated right now.
This is the second time in 2 weeks we're completely experimenting with our content. We
Yeah.
won't always be shit-faced, but trust me.
Yeah, I gave everyone absinthe.
Intoxicast.
You're a
The Intoxicast. So, You okay?
My fucking nose.
You okay? We talked about this all yesterday, the Intoxicast. Is that the first time you've heard us say that?
Did you give me absinthe? And I have no level of alcohol I can take without being completely shit-faced.
Yeah, those chemicals, though.
Fuck you.
But yeah, we discussed that this was the Intoxicast yesterday when we were at work.
Remember.
Oh, wow. Because Doom and I have been talking about it for like 3 days, that it's going to be called the not 3 days, but like 2 days.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday, about how it's going to be the Intoxicast.
Well, we're not gonna name that. We're gonna name something stupid, like all of our other stupid things that we
Hey,
do.
our titles are really good for these.
Yeah.
I'd say our titles are really good.
They're
for
very
these.
clickbaity.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a story about a fat drunk guy? Go.
I got a story about one time I was out drinking with friends. We're we're teenagers, so we were all doing our fucking drinking out in the streets, and we're going out in the parks and stuff like that.
You know, where you drink.
So
a park.
Exactly.
I like the idea if it's like 12 o'clock in the morning and there's a bunch of kids on the playground. Just, what the fuck are you looking at?
So we're walking down the road, and I'm hanging out with this new group of friends that I'm trying to like
You're
fit
vetting
in
them.
with. And basically they're doing a couple like funny things. Like there was a printer on the ground. My buddy's like, hey,
That's funny.
I want to throw that shit in the middle of the road. So he just picked it up and smashed it, and I was like, that's really cool. I want to do that too. So,
that's the level.
Yeah. So we decide that we're on our way to our friend's house. We're pretty much ending the night, and we're walking down the road, and I got to kind of one up these guys. So I decide, well, I'm gonna rip this mirror off this car, and.
I'm the hardcoreest.
Exactly, right?
I have to be more hardcore than throwing a printer in the middle of the street. What am I going to do?
It was
destroy someone's property.
So I tried on the first car, and it didn't come off.
You hear
right
that?
away.
You hear that?
There was a
Hear the
first
numbers
car.
there?
Yep.
There was a first car.
So I decided to try the next car because I still had to one up these guys. There was a lot of pressure then. When I was like,
After they watched me fail.
So I go up to the next car, and I successfully dismantle this fucking mirror off the side of the car. And I just basically wasn't thinking of what I was going to do with it afterwards. I just ripped it off and went, well, now what? And so I threw that into the street, and then we continued on to my friend's house. And that's where the night ended. But the next day, we're all hungover, and we're coming back. And I'm walking back up that same street. And there's I've never seen a more sad-looking fellow than this man that was standing there. And it was, like, perfect timing, too, because we walked up the road, and it was just as he realized, like, what had happened to his car. And he was standing there looking at the no mirror on his car, and then he realized it was in the middle of the road. And then we're walking up, it was me and two other buddies, and he just looks at us and goes, fucking kids, eh? When are they gonna learn? And I had to go, yeah, that sucks.
Fucking bricks.
My God.
I was one time when I was coming home from my friend's place. A typical Friday night back when I was in high school was
Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sadness.
No. We'd play Yu-Gi-Oh! Up until like 4:00. but after 4:00, we'd head down to my friend Mark's place, and at Mark's,
We'd play
and
even
that
more
was
extreme Yu-Gi-Oh!
that was where we hung out. Was in Mark's basement. We'd play games all night long till like 5:00, and then sleep for like 3 hours and wake up fully refreshed. You're in high school.
And play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yeah, we'd play it a lot. We'd play it all the time. I'd play it now if I had enough of a big group of friends to play it.
You don't.
I don't.
hate Yu-Gi-Oh! And fuck you.
But
Come on, it was all about the Digimon, though. Fuck you guys.
do you remember Digimon cards?
I have Digimon cards, actually.
You still have Digimon cards?
I do have Digimon cards.
Wow. The only one I ever wanted was my Otismon, and I got it. He was that vampire dude from the 3rd season.
Yep.
But anyway,
I have to look.
we need to come back to Digimon. But no, what we did is we were like, okay, I was working at Steele's Industrial Products at the time, so I am a 15-year-old kid making $16.75 an hour. Okay, so I have got cash to burn.
Yeah.
We decided, like, okay, we need video games and we need drinks.
And porn.
So we take the 25-minute walk, because like when you're with your friends, 25-minute walks go by like that, because you just got so much shit to talk about.
Right.
Yeah.
And we go down the street to Newton Exchange, which had at the time the Rogers Video right across from the Safeway, where the gym is.
Wasn't that a Blockbuster?
Was it? I'm pretty sure it was a Rogers
Scott
Video.
Road?
No, this was.
No, yeah, you're right. It's a Rogers.
No, this was King George and just
right beside New Exchange.
yeah, right next to Newton Exchange, right behind Newton Exchange, there's the wave pool,
Right.
and beside the wave pool is the Safeway.
No, beside the wave pool is that forest where all those people get stabbed. And
Yeah, and then there's the Safeway, and on the
Standard Saturday.
and on the other side of the parking lot of the Safeway,
I used to hang out there a lot.
is the Rogers Video. So we're like, okay, we need games. So we go in there and we get like 2 games that I can return like tomorrow when my dad picks me up. Right. And then we go to Safeway and we get some pop. Now, on the way to, or was it on the way from? On the way from Safeway, we cross by like a group
penis,
of like
a giant penis.
like 4 Spanish kids.
nowhere.
Like
when
4
you stutter, I have to throw right.
when 4 Spanish, like these 4 Spanish kids who were rushing up against this guy's car and just boot fucking the door. Okay? Just absolutely beating the shit out of this fucking door.
Cars have feelings too.
And
Especially when they're Transformers.
Car
and like
I was just
this
gonna say Car Lives Matter.
and so this kid wanted one of the kids who was the guy who was boot fucking the door wanted to fuck with us. He wanted to fight us, but the rest of his friends didn't want to fight.
The car wasn't putting up a fight.
But my friend Mark was an absolute.
It was
You know,
that day. We figured out that guy had the shortest dick in the world.
Yeah. But like,
don't even know.
but my friend Mark was the kind of guy who like ate sawdust and shit 2x4s. Like he was tough as fucking nails. This guy, and he wanted to fight. He liked fighting.
with a choke.
Yeah, and try hard.
Yeah.
But and so like he turns around, stops, and looks at the kid, and the kid kind of backs down because Mark wanted to fight this kid, if anything. And so he gets like he takes his shirt off and he wraps it around his arm and he climbs up on the hood, and I'm like, and here it comes, and like there's this fucking sound of the glass breaking when he punches the window. So we're walking back,
guys wanna make
and so
out
as
or
we're walking,
You guys want to make out or something? You look real tough.
So as we're walking back down away from the Safeway, I look at this car, and they have done an absolute fucking number on this car. Like, serious fucking damage. And so, like, 4 or 5 doors down, I stop off at one of the houses, and I'm like, knock, knock, knock. Hey, there was like 4 kids back there who just destroyed this guy's car. Would you mind calling the police or something? Because if it was my car and like a group of people had seen some guy boot fucking just destroy my car, I'd want to fucking know. Yeah. I'd want someone to say something.
Not wake up that morning like, I'm gonna go to work. Oh,
No,
yeah,
wake
not
up that
yeah.
morning. Go, those damn kids.
Yeah, not like what happened with Doom, but so like, I can you please call the police? Sure, we'll call the police. So they called the police apparently, and we walked about like 6 or 7 minutes back down the road. Newton Exchange, as you know, is a place that always has cops by it, so it's not very far.
Strippers.
Yeah, so it's not very far of a drive.
I have a story about that before.
It's not very far of a drive from where they are to where we were, and so the cops pull us over, and they're asking us a bunch of questions. And but I had been taking law in high school, so I knew what I could and couldn't say to the cop.
You were top shit, weren't you?
Yes, I was, and because that was the thing. That was
This
what
was you, and this was him.
I felt the same way.
You can't see, but he's holding his hand way above the other one. But and so
this is radio.
yeah, and so like I wanted to know because like there was like a store.
Visuals.
There was a store down the street from Sullivan Heights, and it was like no more than 3 students allowed in the store at one time. I hate to break it to you, buddy, but that's technically illegal. That goes against the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, discrimination based on age.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn these things because I wanted to fuck.
Said the prick kid.
I liked fucking with the cops because I knew what I could and couldn't get away with, and they knew what I could and couldn't get away with. But if you don't know, they can fuck with you.
Right.
And so I took law in order to get around that kind of thing. And so the cops asking us a bunch of questions and asking us to empty our pockets and shit like that. So like
they were gonna find like car parts.
Yeah. So what do you got in the bag? Just video games and Coke.
They see these kids and
show me. So I open up. Oh, what were you saying?
I was like saying they see these kids and it's like they probably might have drugs on them.
Yeah. And so we open up. Mark has got like 3 knives. I've got 1 knife. And they're all legal.
Video games and like 2 kilos of Coke.
Yeah, video games and Coke.
Just chilling.
And so we open up the bag.
Nothing's more fun than playing Blast Core blasted out of your fucking mind.
You know what? If that indeed was the day of the Nintendo 64 rather than the 360 as it was, I would have been pissed off that I had rented Blast Core and gave fucking Rogers Video $8 for a 1-day rental. Yeah. But you know, I lost $8, but thank Christ it's 1 day and I have to sit down with this shit for another 6 days.
I fucking miss Rogers Video.
Do you?
Not to go off topic here, but yeah, Rogers Video, that was the shit.
This whole story just culminates to nothing basically. But she was basically giving us a hard time. Like you said, there was video games and Coke. It was like Crush and like.
Do you know the weirdest part about that? You went to that Rogers. I was at that Rogers every weekend. We probably just missed each other every fucking day for years.
Well, like when that Rogers
That's
Video,
trippy as fuck.
Yeah,
Actually,
when that
so
Rogers,
think about it, because
you were just up the street.
I lived a block away from that Rogers. I was there
like
every
Blockbuster away, or
yeah.
Fuck off! You fuck off!
Oh,
get the fuck out!
Gotta find a gun. Give me. Yeah, we were always like a block away from each other as we were way younger.
I probably saw you and thought you were a total fucking chode.
At the time, I was.
Basically, the only thing that's changed is that I'm willing to verbally tell you you're a huge fucking chode.
At the time, I had a bright pink and purple mohawk.
I might not have
likely,
what? You gotta elaborate. What?
I
Yeah.
had,
You haven't been listening to the other ones. That's right.
I had a mohawk. Like I have a mohawk right now. You can't
Yeah.
really tell because I wear a toque at work.
Faux hawk, yeah.
Yeah. It's a gay way of saying it.
Fuck you.
I'm drunk, so don't take it out of context. But I had a mohawk that was about 2.5 feet.
Really?
It was purple and pink. And my friend Brian, with an I-A-N, it's funny because everyone called him Brain, and he didn't like it. Even though he was smarter than all of us. He had it went red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then his sides were jaguar print.
I'd like to say edgy, but that's not edgy.
And
It's just punk.
He woke up every morning.
How was your home?
You know what? I've actually.
And this thing, he didn't use hair gel. He used white school glue because it was
What?
so.
It
was
got
so,
the job done.
So his mohawk, my mohawk was like 2.5 feet max. His mohawk was almost 7 feet tall.
Yo, man, what do
He's
you?
like,
What do
he'd
you?
show up to school with like he'd be like picking out birds and shit.
Yeah, he
Impaled
hit the
onto his-
roof in our high school. Okay, go on. Well,
Oh, I was just gonna say, it was like, what do you use? I use To Go, man. What do you use? I use fucking herbal essence. What do you use? Elmer's glue.
Elmer's glue, baby. Yeah.
yeah, and it's a weird thing.
cheaper.
Purple stick
But the
glue.
thing was, he
He wakes up every morning instead of like put your hand in gel. It's just
He
like
was-
running the glue stick along the sides of his head. I got it.
Here's the thing. He was clean. I met a kid, and his name was Dexter, and he was a.
I already
I
don't
find-
like him.
He was
Dexter's
a
always
pit,
fun.
he
I
was a
already-
punk to the degree. Like I was a punk. I wore. Did
Did you ever wear bracelets with
I wore
spikes?
studded bracelets.
Oh god.
I've been there
On
too,
my
brother.
left arm, I had so many studded bracelets that went up to my elbow. I had that many studded bracelets, and I wore a studded belt, and I had the ears pierced. You can see they're still fucking pierced,
Okay.
I can't
but
see.
they're swollen over.
I've got just one
And
here.
I was a fucking goth at one point. That's how edgy I used to be.
I used to be along running with the
I didn't have
emo
a-
crowd
I
back
had
in
a-
grade
I had-
5,
I had
6.
the
Are you
mohawk.
kidding me? You
Seriously?
emo?
Yeah.
Like, did you listen
Alright,
like
guys,
from
I
first
used
to
to-
last?
I used to have fucking
No,
hair
we, like-
down to here, man. Like I used to have long hair. Like I was totally grungy, kind of fucking
No
man.
fuck.
While I wasn't looking like it, while it wasn't looking like how you described, it sounds bad. I'm
Calm
sorry.
Hey, I'm
But
not too happy
I
about it
hung.
either,
I did hang out with those kids. Like I told you guys at work, I did hang out with like the kids under the stairs.
so, in the
every-
dungeon.
That's right.
The thing is,
In the grungeon.
I did it too, but I moved around in school and I hung out with everybody.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
hated me.
Yeah,
I
don't
never
know.
hung out with anybody. Nobody liked me.
See, I don't think it's the fact that everybody hated me or liked me. They just didn't think I existed
They didn't
until
think-
I
Oh,
spoke.
they were. What is it? They were.
Tolerating.
No, not
It
tolerating.
wasn't-
What was it telling you? The opposite of love is
Oh no, you were telling me.
indifference.
Angry
You were
sex.
telling me indifference.
The opposite of love is they were indifferent towards you.
Yeah. They just.
Yeah.
This is. I was just there every now and then.
Yeah, I was a super hardcore punk. But the thing was, I showered and washed my clothes every day. And this kid, Dexter, fucking didn't. Because he took the punk lifestyle.
Oh,
Even though this was 2000 and...
Are we talking like punk? Like
2004 or 5, you know when punk music wasn't a fucking thing?
Are we talking? Are we talking like punk, like Ramones punk? Or are we talking
Yes.
punk skid punk?
Ramon, like he had the studded jacket.
Okay. Now, are we talking Ramones, or are we talking like?
Misfits.
Are we talking? Okay,
Mine.
then are we talking? Are we talking Misfits? Or are we talking like Snatchers from Harry Potter?
Just now.
Misfits.
Oh shit.
Misfits. Okay,
Okay, so he was... But
not
he was,
quite patches in
he
their jeans
showered,
with red.
He literally showered once every 3 months.
To regulate his body oil.
But the thing was, like, he did the
Like
same...
a car.
He did the same thing where he Elmer's glued his hair up. But the thing was, like, you would know when he was at the pinnacle of being dirty because his hair was a mohawk, but it would get to that point where it would grow out to enough where it would just kind of like, boh.
The
like
glue was peeling at the top.
Like he would look
lizard
like
skin.
he would look like Knuckles, where like he had a mohawk
Oh,
and then
shit.
it just like fell to the side.
Oh,
'Cause
God.
his hair grew out like an inch and a half, and his mohawk was still solid because it was glued, and it would fall to the side of his head like it's time for a shower.
Sup, little bitches. Here, my name is Knuckles, and I ain't coming to this place here for shits and juggles.
Did you guys know about Knuckles' new thing?
No.
Wait, is this in the really, really, really
Okay.
current Sonic universe?
In Sonic Boom,
Does that make sense?
The video
Okay, yeah,
game
that's what's in it.
glitched all fuck. If you press, I know Doom doesn't know about this, but if you press start while you're jumping, when you unpress start, you can jump again.
Oh yeah,
So you can infinite jump, and you can. Jump.
And that gets you over doors like you're supposed to be able to unlock later in the game. Just jump straight over
You can
them.
actually
What the
speed
fuck?
run Sonic Boom in I think 5 minutes because you can just keep Knuckles jumping across the map and get to the last boss.
That's
It is broken as fuck. But the thing is,
Sonic
now
Boom? Is what
Yeah.
it's called?
Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
And there's things like in the cutscene, not the game. Someone took time and effort and energy to making this scene where it starts off, and if you frame by frame it, Amy is T-posed.
No!
And Knuckles, I'll show it to you after. And Knuckles and Tails are also half T-posed, but they're in the ground, and they go in the ground here, and they go pop, 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 and then they go pop, 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 and then go into the running animation. It's that, bro. That's a cutscene. Someone took time and effort and money into making that.
Wow.
See,
That
you know what?
maybe
That's
It's to the point where now Knuckles in the canon of Sonic
The TV show. The TV show. They've done this.
Can infinitely jump.
They
See,
made
that's
it so
He
Knuckles-
can jump off of air because he's so fucking tough.
see.
That's the explanation.
you were
Knuckles is so tough.
Not
he
even
can-
he's fast. It's no chemical breakdowns.
It's
He's like the
a
fucking
badass
Chuck Norris.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
it's that air is
He's like-
intimidated by his kick-ass feet.
He's the Chuck Norris of Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, in the actual TV show now, they make fun of it how Knuckles can jump infinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
God.
have
and he
pointed
just
it out.
goes, and it's fucking terrifying.
It's like everybody for the TV, making the TV show just realized how shitty the game was. Like
That
Yeah.
game was pretty shit.
we kind of
Okay,
we kind of
there-
have to poke
There
fun
are
at it.
times when you walk through a door and you walk into an empty
You
room.
walk through the door.
No. You walk through a door, and the doors are supposed to be like in Tony Hawk American
Like
Wasteland.
a load zone.
Oh, American
Where it's a
Wasteland.
loading zone.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that game. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. But it's a loading zone. So you walk through this tunnel and you come out, and there's nothing there. It's a giant empty room. And it's not like a Sonic level where you're like, okay, there's ramps, or there's something to climb, or something. It's nothing. It's empty. And you get to the end of the room, and you go, okay, there's nothing there. And you get out that door, and then you walk back, because you're like, okay, there's nothing out that door. And you come back, and there's a full cityscape there. With all these people. Because they couldn't load when you walked in the door the first time. The game didn't comprehend how that was going to load. It was like, fuck it. Nothing. You get nothing.
Good day, sir!
On the topic of Knuckles, do you guys remember Nexopia?
Yeah.
I think I
Okay,
might
okay, hold on,
help me here.
Hold on. Volt will not know what this is.
I definitely will not know what it is.
What was your name
Help me here.
in Nextopia? What was your name? Mine was. Mine was.
Oh my god, I've been trying to remember that name for years!
What?
Does Doom know his?
I would
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
even though I will never get it anyways, but I would like an explanation of what the fuck Nexopia is.
It was,
Okay, Nextopia was Facebook before Facebook was a thing.
but it was also before MySpace.
You know what?
It was Instagram with Facebook chat.
You know what? Wait. I
Listen,
think
I'll
I might have.
explain it quickly. This is
It
how
was
I used to
Tumblr.
fuck
It was
really
Tumblr
weird
with-
chicks. this is how I used to fuck the weirdest chicks. I would whittle it down to
No,
the
no.
weirdest chick.
No, that sounds familiar.
Where's my phone? I gotta.
Okay, I'm gonna continue on.
You're Disney.
But like,
There it is.
wait. That sounds familiar. Okay, because my while I didn't have internet at the time, I was like what, maybe 12. Shut up.
No,
You
Everything-
were younger than
No.
you were younger than 12 because
Probably, but
I had
I'm
it in
gonna
high
say
school.
Probably, but because
Nexopia is still a thing.
jeez,
Yes,
Oh,
it is, and it's a lot of songs.
this okay.
Faster.
Okay, because I remember my friend had this, and he showed me a picture of a guy running around in circles, and he was running around a sign actually that said "No running around in circles like a fag," and he was running around in circles like a fag.
There was no avatars. That was probably second line.
No, that wasn't an avatar. It was a post. I think that's what it was. It was a GIF. Or GIF for you faggots who want to say it like
So
that.
Doom, what was your name?
My name, because we're on the topic of Knuckles, it was White Knuckles. Because, hang on.
Okay,
When
you
you
have an
grip
explanation.
something, like when you're gripping
Yeah, I
the
remember that
steering wheel, you
Yeah.
got White Knuckles because it's a fucking fierce moment and all that shit. But no,
It's a fierce moment.
I had a lot of people like messaging me going, "You're a racist," and I was like, "No, this isn't about me having white knuckles, like that I'm privileged or anything."
You know what
it was
they
just
messaged?
white knuckles. That was like
Dead
some
over that
serious
Tumblr
shit.
bullshit.
Okay, so on Nexovia, my name was Jervis, which for who's who don't know, that's the robot that Tony Stark had.
You mean Jarvis?
You mean Jarvis?
Yeah, but it was spelled Jervis because I didn't know. And the reason I did that was because I was really good at telling people what to do, and they'd believe me.
Really?
I
And
can
it was
contest
things
to
like
that.
I would like a girl would message me because I had a lot of pictures on it. Someone's gonna look me up now, and I'm gonna hate it because I have a bright lime green mohawk on that one, and there's a picture of me with a bright lime green mohawk, a bright lime green T-shirt, bright lime green Converse shoes, and holding bright lime green fake dollar store Hulk hands.
So you're a fucking lemon.
And I'm pretending to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex, like Volt does it. And I'm just like, brrr! And that's the picture of me. But,
I like sound effects. Here's a
but
T-Rex.
yeah, there's a good story from that. But on Nextopia, this random girl, out of the blue, like I didn't message her, she didn't
I do
know
have to
me.
take a piss though.
Sent me nudes.
Oh,
Thinking-
lucky you.
Bingo.
Thinking I was
Bingo,
like,
bango.
oh yeah, let's do this. But here's the thing. Her nudes threw me off for at least a year. Because when she sent them, her nipples, I know it's not a bad...
$10.
Now as an adult, I know it's not a bad thing. But at the time, they were 85% of her tit. Like, I'm not joking. It was like...
There's the fucking salami.
I'm going to show with my hands to Doom and Mouse, because Vault is taking a piss because he's a faggot.
He was told to do it before.
But he's yelling from the bathroom, no
Yeah.
one cares.
He
But yeah,
broke
it's
the
like,
seal.
that's the boob, and like, that was nipple. Like, it was gigantic. And it was not that I was like, I was against it. It would just threw me off, because up until that point, at being like, 16, I only saw nipples through porn, like
Yeah.
most kids.
Yeah, and the
It's like,
perfect,
I
I'm
knew
using
what
air
nipple
quotations,
was.
Perfect.
And when
tip.
she showed me this picture, I was just like, that's what nipples look like outside of porn? And in my mind, I went into this huge spiral.
I don't want to
like-
deal with any of
like-
that.
Women in porn get their nipples modified to be more appealing, and all women outside of porn have nipples like this. And I'm just like, I can't deal with this.
No, I don't.
Everything is a lie.
I'm pretty sure that my name on Nexopia. I can't believe that you brought this up. Holy
Yep.
crap! Nexopia. I think my name was Birdramon11. Because that was my very first username for anything I ever did.
That's a very specific answer for you to think.
The only thing that I remember truly from Nexopia was that I was threatened one time by this guy at school. I didn't know his name was
your name?
Birdramon11.
Oh, I just said Bergeron. I was like the guy from American
Cyrano-
some videos.
But
Tom Bergeron.
Tom Bergeron, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's a super duper TV name. But I remember I was threatened because some kid committed suicide in our school because like in grade
Naturally.
11 naturally he committed suicide because like he had like his girlfriend like taking pictures of his dick, and when they broke up, she posted them. Sorry, I've got fucking hiccups. She posted them, and it was a little fucked up because. Like, the next day, like, after he had committed suicide, all these girls were just crying inside of the drama room while they made posters for this fucking kid. Going on about, oh, I feel as though it was my fault. And I basically said, I don't give a fuck that this guy is dead. Like, he made a
For the
stupid...
listeners who have listened to up into the 12 episodes before this, yeah, we were jaded in high school. That's how...
I'm jaded now. But I didn't...
We were dead inside then.
Like, I didn't care that this
we
guy
got
was
age
dead.
7 and died, unlike Volt, who
And
is still a happy person.
Yeah.
I can't be happy, but it's like this is like the wave of
I
deadness
don't know why you
washed
hang out
over
with
me.
us.
Yeah.
Makes me feel better about myself.
Oh, there you go. Good answer.
You
Good answer.
hunk of shit.
Now, what was it that you said? Oh yeah, the most confusing game of up and down I've ever played with my dick.
Oh yeah, well you
That
told me
was
to watch
fucking sick.
Euphoria.
No,
Okay,
yeah,
so
no, we're not going into that.
Okay.
Yeah, so this fucking kid kills himself, and I basically posted on my Nexopia, I don't give a shit that this guy's dead. He had nothing to do with me. And the very fact that everyone has to feel bad and everyone has to be upset, I don't understand. He had nothing to do with me. I never met this guy. He wasn't my friend. I didn't know who the fuck he was. So why should I be involved in all of this?
Yeah.
And basically, this guy came out and basically said, I'm gonna fuck you up tomorrow. And I said, you go ahead, but I will be bringing fucking charges against you if you don't. I don't give a shit that this is
If
fucking
you
high
don't,
school. No,
you
if he does. If he does try to pull this kind of shit on me, I'll just call the fucking police. I don't play that kind of stupid fucking game.
So, on Nextopia, there was always, like, those people who would message you that you kind of somewhat knew but didn't really know. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they kind of, like, saw you. So, Mouse knows about this because of theater. I was in theater for a retardedly long time.
Theater or theater production?
Theater in school.
Like you're acting, or
I was an actor, and I
Okay.
did background work. I did set building. I did lighting. I did
head-
audio.
See, you did everything.
I was the jack of all fucks. And,
jack of all drama.
But here's the thing. Without this beard, because you two do not know me without a beard, I'll show you my ID sometimes with me just a mustache.
Oh, please fucking no.
I'm a decently okay looking fellow.
I'm a really good looking fella.
I had a fan club in high school.
You.
And I know what you're thinking. No, you fucking did. I fucking did. And I'm not joking.
You had a harem.
I'm going to explain this to the point where I have proof. So, I had a fan club of girls who really, 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 really liked me. And me and my friend Steven.
My friend Steven and I.
I'm drunk. Fuck, give me one go.
Fuck you.
The one
There you
go.
go.
You do. So I had an actual... I had a legit fan club.
For him?
What? Fuck you all. But
This
I
is
had-
yours.
I had
No,
a
it's
legit
not.
fan club.
No, it's not.
Vol, what are you doing?
Oh, that's what you mean.
Okay,
Okay.
I had
Fuck
a
off.
legit fan club. So there were all these girls who really, really liked. I think I brought this up once in the podcast, but I didn't go.
I don't
into
fucking
it.
remember.
But I didn't go into it.
Right.
So there's all these girls who would legitimately follow me around and try to like.
I think it was the punk
Paparazzi.
lifestyle. It was probably the punk shit.
Yeah.
Well, it was like,
It
it's
was
like, oh,
the
you're
mohawk.
so cute.
Yeah, it was the mohawk.
And I'm not trying to say like,
I want your hair inside of me.
I fucking hated it because at that
You formed
time,
your hair to a dildo.
I've told Mouse this before, but I didn't like develop sexually essentially until I was a little bit older than most people.
I'm pretty much the same
So
way.
I didn't like any of the girls who were chasing me. Like, I don't fucking want you near me. I like playing in 64 on the weekend. I don't want to have.
That was what made them want you more. Is
Yeah.
because you
didn't
wanna
want
have
them,
anything
yeah.
to
Here's
do
the
with
thing.
it. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
It didn't work for me. It was like,
So-
I don't want you. That's fine. I wasn't going to fuck you anyway.
Two of the people that followed me around were a girl named Jen and a girl named Christy. And
Was Christy fat?
no.
Okay.
Jen was fat.
No. Okay, so here's the thing. We were in theater, so they would come to all of our shows. They were both from other schools. They would come to our shows, and once they saw us, they were like, fucking love those guys. Fucking stalk
I
them.
want them in my
So
mouth
they
like an
started
arrow bar.
talk-
Let it melt.
So
Just let the bubbles melt.
this
Is
girl
the bubbles
Jen-
melting? That's
So
phenomenal.
this girl Jen was kind of like she ended up in our school, and she was the fan of our she was like the head of our fan club, let's say. And the girl Christy went at a different tack. She went on Exopia and messaged me. She found me through a bunch of different links and found me and was messaging me.
That is the scariest
And we
shit
were
that can
talking.
happen.
I didn't know
Yeah.
she was. She was okay looking. So we were talking, and she was talking to a point where she was like, I work really close to where you live. And then in my mind, like, how do you know where I live?
Oh god, that's just fucking
Because
terrifying.
they all knew where I lived. And, yeah, and it was like up to the point where she was like, yeah, we should hang out sometime. And I was like, what do I say? So I just deleted my next open account. I was like, I don't know what to say.
But don't you wish you had
Because
gotten
I had-
some of that 14-year-old poon?
Yeah, I had like a really, I was like,
That was some prime pussy.
some of those times I was like, I wish
Neither of us were ready. High five.
I wish I would have been like, yeah, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
But I panicked. I was like, nope. And I did it. But here's the thing.
She found me.
Jen and Christy are my girlfriend now's were her two best friends.
Oh.
And
I love how it comes full
and
circle.
she didn't. She used to come to our theater performances, and she didn't get why people liked me. She fucking hated me. My girlfriend at this point.
Your girlfriend didn't
now
like
I'm
you.
I'm gonna die with this woman because I love her. which sounds really sad. But
It sounds really sad when you fucking drink.
Yeah.
I love her. I love you.
You sound
she used to
desperate
come
as
see our
fuck.
performances and like shit talk her friend Jen and Chris. Like, why do you fucking like this weirdo? He's fucking weird. Because the performance she came and saw, I was the grandma in Little Red Riding Hood, so I was full drag. She's like, why do you like him? And then I didn't remember until like a couple years ago when I looked at videos that one of my friends sent me from theater performance that she was talking to me, my girlfriend now, through that, like the end of the, hey everybody, how's it going? And I just fucking ghosted her like she didn't exist.
Oh, wow.
Like I didn't know who she was because I was like talking to this girl, Christy, and I was like, I'm gonna date her once I realize how my penis works. And it's just one of those things where it's like now her friend Jen comes over here and she like looks at me.
Jen, the lead of the head of the fan club,
Yeah,
comes
'cause they're
over
best
here.
friends.
Oh God.
And like she comes over and looks me in the eyes and she's like, yeah, that's all gone. That's dead inside. It's like, yeah, this is weird.
I would have jumped your bones when I was 14. She's saying I would have jumped your bones when I was 14.
Damn it.
I
Should've jumped
don't
on
want
that.
you here anymore. Just leave.
See, that's where I'm the exact opposite.
Attaboy.
Whereas, like
You had a group of
Don't
girls who
hide
hate-
that from the mic.
The exact opposite. He had a group of girls who hated him and wanted him to die.
no. The
You're coming
exact
out of your
opposite, in
chair.
my
I can't
opinion.
explain.
The exact opposite, in my opinion, is like where you had all the girls wanting you. I had everybody hating me.
Not even hating. It was like not wanting. Like, any scenario, we just don't want Eric to have.
Posters in the school and said, "Vault, don't vote for him. He's a dick."
Don't bring Vault anywhere.
So where you could have got some, I had to stick with me. Oh, it's so sad now. I'm thinking about it.
Actually, that's funny that we were talking about theater. I was in theater production, and we're building sets and stuff like that.
You see how low your volumes get when you talk? I'm going to stop talking. You keep talking. Ready? And go ahead.
All right, so anyway, I'll try to speak up a little bit for this beautiful mic. But anyway, so we were in
pretty
theater
nice, actually.
production.
It's a nice mic.
It is nice.
I
Mike.
like it. I've never seen something like just
It's-
like that before.
It's simple, but
Being
complicated at the same time.
Like the thing that I was gonna get, like originally, you obviously want like the biggest and the best. And it was called like the Emperor B, and it was like this thing on a stand. There's this big B-shaped microphone right fucking here. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And I look up that. I was like, I want this one. And then what are the specs for? And it's like these specs are for drum and bass. Well, I can't get it. There's nothing to do with what I want.
Just to interrupt real quickly, when we were at the store that sells microphones, guitars, and shit, the guy walked up to me and asked me how I was going, what I was looking for. I'm like, I don't know, fuck dick all about music. And he looked at me like, we get each other, and just walked away. She's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't do music either. I
know-
work at Long and McQuaid, and I don't even understand how to spell music.
You know
I
he
swear it
was-
has a K in it.
You know, he accepted the job. He accepted the first job.
That's
That
a
was
bad
it.
idea.
That was
Why
like
not?
offered to him.
You've gone this far.
All right, so
Well, we still have
Did you want to try some of this
What
apple
is
whiskey?
that?
a little bit. Yeah.
Fireball.
Okay.
Just a little.
I don't like
Do
it.
you want to use my glass? Is that fine?
Sure, it's fine.
Okay.
No,
You're gonna get
I'm gonna
herpes.
leave you the absinthe because I kind of like fucking with you.
You're a prick.
I
But
have to
alright.
deal with it.
so anyway,
That's good. I just
I
want a
was
little
in
bit.
theater production.
Here. It's
I
it's
love
pretty smooth
theater.
for whiskey.
It was
You love
actually
theater?
it was very fun.
You were right.
Just to go
Yeah,
on a
you
little
were
bit about
fucking
myself
right.
It's good, right?
Shut up!
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Sorry, I
Uh,
apologize.
No, my girlfriend and I. She
Oh
was
right,
already-
you were
she was
together for
already-
so long. It's so adorable.
I've been together. Yeah, we've been together for 10 years now.
Aw.
I'm gonna high five you. I don't know why.
22
That's
years
nice.
old, 10 years.
I don't think you told me that you've been together for 10 years.
Okay, well,
I
now-
gotta say that as a 12-year-old, like this is who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. I've made up my decision. Not only is it a really stupid decision, but it's also really cute and sweet.
That's also pretty 17th century.
I don't have that courage.
It's very 17th century. You better have kids soon before the two of you die from easily curable diseases.
the Black Plague. Okay, go on. Sorry.
So anyway,
I apologize
I was
again.
in theater production. She was actually in it, and I went and volunteered for it because I had a massive crush on her at the time, obviously.
Okay.
Still do.
But hang on.
My heart's like an ice cube now.
So I volunteered for it, and I ended up at the end of my grade 11 year they told me that all my volunteer hours that I had basically gave me, they converted them to credits, so basically I could graduate at grade 11. And I kind of thought
I never understood that shit.
I thought to myself, like, I got credits for wanting to slam some girl. And that's how I got to...
That's the most elegant way I ever did quite likely like to slam you.
No, that should be put on like some sort of card. I was able to graduate early because I wanted to slam some girl.
So hard.
And everyone's like, there's context to this.
Choke slam. No.
Yeah. Anyway. I wanted to give her the last ride.
Spot on, bro. Spot on.
So the play that I was volunteering for was called The Baker's Wife. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this.
I don't know.
So
I know it's a
at the ending scene, it's a musical, and at the end scene, they all like come to an end wherever, then they do their final pose and they sing the last.
I'm gonna make it after all.
Something like that, right? Anyway, so we had done this show like a few times, so we decided that we wanted to do something funny for the last show, right?
Everyone does that.
And
we didn't put down any blankets for this.
We left the disabled.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I might be missing
left
something.
the
What do we need blankets
handicap
for?
guy
Afterwards.
We left the handicap guy in charge of what we were going to do for something cool at the end of the show, and we kind of just let him do his own thing.
And he pissed himself.
Yeah, you know what? I wish he would have done that. But so basically, we saw him go up on the catwalk. Basically,
already that's terrifying.
And he jumped.
For listeners who don't know what a catwalk is, basically where you see the curtains open up and you see the box around the stage, there's an area that you can actually walk along that top end of the stage or whatever.
I don't want to.
I apologize if I'm not making a great description.
My catwalk was a pole. I'm not fucking with you. For where
was it 3 poles and you hold on to 2?
No.
Oh, wow.
When we rigged our lights was just poles, and we weren't legally allowed to go on them. But I would climb up. I climbed along those poles, like balancing 45 feet above the thing, holding 200-pound lights in each hand, and then rigging them and twisting the bolts and putting the next one, twisting the bolts.
Yeah.
Go on.
Anyway,
I should have died.
So right before the last scene, you see this guy. He's dressed up in like full out fucking 30s kind of clothing. Excuse me. And he gets up there and we see him. He's tying something, and we're like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And so he gets back down, and we're all asking, like "What are you doing? What are you doing?" We knew he wasn't going to hang anybody because he didn't leave anybody up there. But so he gets down, and then the scene continues, and it begins or whatever. And they're doing this thing. Basically, at the end of this thing, this scene where they're holding that last note, all the fucking characters are on stage, and they're all doing a pose. This baby doll drops from the fucking ceiling with this giant rope around its neck and just dangling in front of the audience. And it's one of those ones that when you lay it down on its back, it like closes its eyes and then it like opens its eyes and stand it up. Yeah. And the whole audience, the shriek that came out of them, oh my god, you will never ever be able to replicate.
That's fucking sick.
Yes, that was very sadistic, but at the same time, I loved it.
I was about to say, like, what does he do? Does he wrap the rope around his neck and then Assassin's Creed leap of faith off the fucking castle?
We have a lot. We've already said a lot of theater stories. So I don't want to say anymore.
Very
Story.
It's more of a regret, really. Is like
a regret.
Yeah, when you're asked like,
I assume your life is full of those. By the way you dress and walk around. Go on.
Thanks.
And he dropped the ball.
No, it's like when you're asked like, what do you regret most in your life? Okay, compared to like just after hearing you three, it's like, I regret not joining theater.
Yeah, you really should.
I should have. I should have. I should have.
You
at
know
least
what? Because if anything, you would have been a tree.
Yeah,
or like a doorknob.
I was the grass at one. I was the wheat.
This kid Jake in our theater department, who was the most. If he hears this, I hate to tell you, Jake, you're the most fuck ugly person who's ever lived in his life.
I love this fuck ugly.
He used to go to Value Village and buy $1 shoes, and then go to the bowling alley, try on the nicer shoes that were bowling shoes, and then walk out with those and leave his $1 shoes.
You know you're fuck ugly when you think that guy's fuck ugly
because they were nicer than his normal shoes.
You don't have any traction on the outside world, but
He was.
I used to have a hat like that. Then my mom got a job.
He was fuck ugly. And here's the thing.
he was fuck ugly.
For one of the performances we did,
What kind of ugly is that?
Why is he hiding his face? He's fuck
Fuck
ugly.
ugly.
Why is his hat pulled down?
He's
He's hiding
fuck
the fact that
ugly,
he's
yeah.
fuck ugly.
so for one of the performances
God,
we
he's
had to
fuck
do,
ugly.
I think I brought this up, but if I did, I'm really sorry. But for one of the performances, he was a tree. But the thing was, I was building all the sets for this performance, and the last thing on my mind was building a tree. So I built the sets, panicking, and finally finishing these sets. And I've told this story before, where I actually got locked inside the school.
You didn't get locked. You didn't get
My
locked.
teacher locked me
you
inside
You did
the
it on
school.
purpose, didn't
You asked.
Yes.
Yeah, you asked.
And I built the set over 2 days, like as I was like I was timing my nail gunning between like hearing the brushes from the janitor clean the building outside, like neat, and he'd stop and neat, and you do that. But the last
There's
thing
some
I thought
fucking
was a
MacGyver
tree.
shit there.
So it's like
Yeah,
the night of, and I was like, this is when I took on way too much responsibility, and I was panicking.
Yep.
And so
Been
I
there,
built the
buddy.
set, I painted the floor, like I got people to paint
That's why
the
you're
floor.
dead inside now.
Everything's perfect. Everything's perfect. And this kid, Jake, walked up to me and goes, "So where's my tree costume?" And I went, "Hold on." And I walked to the back and went, "Whitney," the girl at the time, who I had a huge crush on, I went, "Do you know where Jake's tree costume is?" He goes, "Oh, I don't know how to do that. Do you know how? Didn't you make the costume?" And I went back and I had a whiteboard that was my list of shit to do. And tree costume was number 2. Out of like 29 things. And I just X'd it out because like someone else
Fuck
make
that.
a tree costume.
I don't
So
know how
it's
to make a tree.
This
Fucking stand
kid
still, you piece of shit.
Where all the girls got together and like makeup him,
I
where
don't
he
have
just
time
has
to
like
build a ficus.
slightly like brown makeup on, and he's just standing in the middle of this like courtyard as all these other people are performing, just wearing a black turtleneck and black sweatpants, just doing this, like pretending to be a tree, as everyone's like, "What the fuck's that guy doing?" Like he's doing blackface and just chilling out in the middle of this production. And I was like, I'm an asshole. I had so many things to do, but I'm the asshole.
Number 2 on the list was make a tree costume, and I thought, don't worry, someone else will do it. When I die, I want my theater production team to lower me into the earth so they can let me down one more time.
No, they were actually pretty good. Like I said, like everyone, the only person who ever legitimately let me down in construction was a kid named Philip, which you talked about, who works at NASA now.
Yeah, good
He
boy,
is
Is that
Philip.
NASA?
He's a fucking...
And I don't mean Canada NASA. We went over this. Not Canada NASA. NASA.
He is a smart motherfucker.
Oh,
But
really?
here's the thing.
Fuck.
4 separate times, count them on my fingers, 4. He put the
1,
circular
2, 3,
saw
4.
down on its own cord and cut the cord
And he
in
works
half.
for NASA now?
But
That's
he-
the guy you want
he's-
sending rockets
So
to
wait,
space.
he's either really smart or the people who hired him are really
So-
fucking dumb.
So,
He's really good at doing things as long as you don't give him anything to
so-
do anything with.
4 times.
You can give him up to 2 instructions
4
per
times.
time.
Since I was in advanced electronics, because I was really into wiring things, for four
High
times.
society.
4 times. Really? He owns a summer home. 4 times.
Really?
At one point.
Sunshine Coast.
Yourself?
No, not me myself, but
Okay.
Sunshine
Okay,
Coast.
4
There's,
times-
there's actually
of
2
course
homes on that summer house
Is it
property.
an
I want
Egmont?
you to know that, huh?
Is it an Egmont?
No, it's on it's Sunshine Coast in Roberts Creek.
Yeah, Egmont is in
Okay,
Sunshine Coast.
So
Okay, then
4 times.
no.
Okay.
It's like
fine.
3
Roberts
different
Creek.
things going
So
on
4
here.
times I had to take the plug and unscrew it and rewire the 2 leads to the 2 plugs and one to the ground. 4 times to the point where then
And I'm still living in property.
when I left that theater department, the circular saw plug was literally attached to the circular saw. There was no cord left.
Oh.
It was that close.
Jesus
it was like
fucking
you
Christ.
plug it into an extension cord.
Yeah.
And someone cut the fucking extension cord in half. And I went to my theater teacher and went, I'm fucking out. I'm not doing that again. I'm not rewiring and soldering because I have to walk all the way down to the other end of the school and go, Mr. Smith, Can I please have the soldering gun?
You know what? It's actually funny. My social teacher, who's also I think maybe
What was your social studies teacher name?
I'll get to that in just a second.
Quickly, what high school did you two primarily go to? Well, that was hard for me.
Sullivan Heights.
North Delta Secondary.
Okay.
Poverty Johnson Heights Secondary.
Okay.
Is it
I
literally
wanted to
called
make
poverty?
sure. I wanted to make sure that Volt wasn't about to say, "Yeah, when I was at this school, I also had a teacher named Mr. Smith because I was gonna lose my cunting mind."
No. That's
We
the
were
thing.
in the same school, you little fuck. I would have thrown a rock at you so hard you don't even know.
No, you wouldn't have thrown a rock at me because you wouldn't have noticed me. Okay, fuck you. But
I noticed to be honest, I noticed the kids who no one noticed, and I would have befriended them and got their trust, and then threw an apple at them.
oh, you probably wouldn't.
That's all I did.
You probably
Wow,
would have.
you are a dick.
I was a huge cock. That's a big story we're not gonna get into ever.
You were probably gonna be my best friend then.
I threw an apple point blank in your head, and you're like, "Sup, bro? What's going on?" You wanna
Well,
go-"
actually,
no.
well, Jack and I became friends when we beat the shit out of one another. I was gonna say he beat the shit out of me, but it was kind of mutual. Beat the shit out of each other out on the playground behind the swing set.
I have never been this shit faced.
Wait.
But go
On the other hand, I had a social student. I think at one point he was part of the drama team. Mr. Smith.
Okay, no.
That was the whole thing. That was what everything was culminating up to, was the fact that I was gonna say I had the same teacher with the same name. Well, not the same teacher, but different teacher with the same name.
Yeah. You were saying?
No, he's going on. That was it?
That was it.
You
like
have
I said,
no stories.
I don't have any
Why
stories
did we invite you?
All right. You know
here?
what? Let's try again.
because you feel sorry for me.
Yes.
Do you have a single good story?
Yeah. Do you have like a
Go
story?
off of any tangent because you know how this works. By the way, Volt actually legitimately listens to this podcast, which is awful. But he listens to it, so you actually know.
You know
Just
the
go off
format.
on a tangent. What story
No.
do you have for
Okay.
yourself?
You were a seaman. Okay?
I was a seaman.
Okay. You were a seaman.
I was a seaman.
Give us a story of being a seaman. And
I
then, so
can't-
one night we woke up. So one morning we woke up. And we
And
thought we were told there was going to be waffles for breakfast.
And I
No,
was-
And
okay,
we
wait,
woke
actually,
up,
wait, whoa,
and there
whoa.
was eggs. And everyone looked to me because I told them there was going to be waffles because my guy said there was going to be waffles. And everyone was really angry at me because
No.
we had eggs and not waffles.
As a matter of fact, it's dumber than that.
Dan.
Go on, Volt.
Okay,
You haven't
like-
had a single story all night.
No, like, that's
Make,
not.
make
That's
this a good story because we've got 9 minutes.
Shut up, both of you. I haven't had a longer story.
That's the most backbone this little motherfucker's ever had. I'll give you that high five.
Anyway.
I haven't had a long story. I've always been short and to the point.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Shut up.
don't
Shut
do
up.
No.
Speaking of
it. No more.
Speaking of seamen, when I was at summer training,
Kid Solano?
Were you about to say cadet?
I was gonna say cadets, but it's the same shit, different pile. It's summer training for cadets. It was in
Why are you faster when you're drunk?
Let him be faster. Fine.
see that's the thing. I can't speak if I'm not drunk.
Okay, hurry up.
That doesn't make any sense. We had my latest year I was there. I was, you fucking shoot me with the thing, I'm gonna kill you.
Go on,
Not
keep
really,
going,
but I'm
keep
gonna
going.
fucking
You'll
get
be
mad
fine,
and
keep
do
going.
nothing.
Continue.
We had the fire alarm in our barracks go off like 4 times in like the 6 weeks I was there.
Were you licking it?
No.
Okay.
Some fucking idiot. Some fucking
That'll-
retard
that'll
left
do
the
it.
iron on. Because you know we have to
God.
iron. We have to
Oh,
iron.
right, yeah, you have
we
to
have
iron your
We have to
costume.
iron your
Right,
costume.
your
Fuck
thing.
you piece of shit.
It's a costume.
You
okay,
cum
Bolt?
bucket piece of shit.
Bolt, it's a costume. Okay?
It's a-
Until you have a live fire exercise.
You know what? I was a scout. I was a beaver, a cub, and a scout over the course of like 9 years. It's a fucking costume. Okay.
fucking
You
uniform.
think it's a uniform? It's not. It's a costume.
Until you have a gun down on an enemy combatant, it's costume.
I'm gonna get a badge for this.
You did
Once
get
I
bad for shooting targets in a
once I
really
shoot
tight
this-
grouping.
Once I shoot this minority
And I
attempting
assume
to
you
take my
sucked at
freedoms
that.
away, I will become a man.
You know, be it they were both costumes,
Get
mine was still
cadets
better
to
than
build
yours,
the
you
wall.
faggot.
My costume is pretty good. I was
We at
so
least-
convinced it was a woman my family didn't know that I was
we,
a woman.
we will get the Boy Scouts of America to build the
You know-
wall.
Okay, anyway, we had so like in the end,
The
we had
carpentry bag.
we had
I
some
know I did.
fucking 12-year-olds leave the iron plugged in overnight. This is like the fire marshal came in and set the alarm off, and we all had to get out at like
Wait,
5
you
o'clock.
set the alarm off?
Yeah, because we have a fire marshal that goes around.
Someone should be punished for
But
that.
that's what I mean. Like the iron didn't set it off. Like he came in and punched the fucking alarm.
He knows what's
He
going
did.
on with
It's
that.
because
Fire
there's
Marshal
really
Bell
no,
here.
there's really no fire risk. I mean, there is, but like a majority of the time there
Yeah.
isn't. Okay, if you know what I mean. But just to teach us a lesson, he sets it all off at like what 5:30 in the morning. We're supposed to get up at 6, so it like fucking pisses us all off. And then we look at the little 12-year-olds that we're sharing a bag with. It's like, you fucking cocks. And it's
I
like,
like
how
the
could be you so stupid?
I like the
Jeez.
idea if he does the Full Metal Jacket thing and he puts a bar of soap in a sock and he's just beating these
They're
12-year-olds.
holding down the 12-year-olds, beating them with the bars of soap in the socks.
I don't know why we didn't do
No,
that.
instead of a bar of soap, because they're 12-year-olds, it's like a sock full of like Neopets cards or something. And you just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, that's more his era.
Eat this donut while everyone does
yeah.
push-ups.
Going.
Actually, as a matter of fact, in Sea Cadets, we don't do push-ups as punishment. We don't do anything for punishment.
Really?
Yep.
You just get
We just get yelled at, that's it.
Did your
Sponges
CO
on the
lick your
water with the
butthole?
softies.
Okay, going to cadets. I wasn't allowed in cadets because just like scouts, I was really bad at taking orders, so I got kicked out on the first day.
That's where I thrive. I thrive in taking orders for some reason. I'm a fucking masochist that
I
way.
didn't do good in the military.
Attaboy, you're a bottom.
I
Got
didn't
it.
do good in anything military-ish. So I was playing a game of airsoft with a bunch of guys who I didn't know at all, and there was 2 of them. That was it. 2 of the guys in the enemy team versus 14 of us. And we're like, we can take these 2 faggots because they said there's no way in hell you're gonna win, and we said we're gonna kick the shit out of you. So, because we're fucking
Strength in numbers.
At the time, I was 20.
You thought you were top shit, weren't you?
Yeah,
We
at the
can
time I
do
was
it.
20, I do admit, at the time I was top shit, but at the end of that day, in my
Like
mind, I was
20 friends
human
on top.
garbage. Because at the end of that day, they killed 14 of us 30 times ish. Like, I died.
God.
I didn't get a shot on these 2 guys. And at the end of the day, we're all sitting on the thing, and it's like, I'm a man enough to say I'm wrong. You guys are fucking awesome. I don't know how in hell you kicked the shit out of us. And they both like turn to their trucks and open up the back of their trucks, and they pull out their plate carrier, which is from their real plate carrier, because they're both.
Explain what that is.
That's where their obese
Their plate
mothers
carrier.
sing.
Your plate carrier is your body armor. So it's instead of body armor, it's called plate carrier because it's a carrier that carries
Sorry,
2
keep moving
steel
this thing.
plates
The
that
where?
stop bullets.
Okay.
They're body armor. But these 2 guys were both JTF-2 operators. And if anyone doesn't know what that is Canada's Tier 1 operators.
Okay.
That is Navy SEAL equivalent human beings
Okay.
who have spent the last 12 years of their lives dedicating themselves to being the top physical form and the top shooting motherfuckers.
Oh,
in
like
the world.
like the Rangers in the United
These
States.
guys are Navy SEAL equivalent. They're Tier 1.
Jesus Christ, that's actually
They're
impressive.
the most terrifying human. And I was like, I can take you faggots. And they just obliterated us like we didn't even exist. We might as well have been walking around with pillows in our hands. They just obliterated us. And it's like, as soon as they showed their vest, and their vest is like GTF2, and then like their number and their call signs, like, I don't even know why I tried.
Yeah.
I might
You
as well
win.
have licked
You
your
win.
Watch them again.
And I just kind of like, I didn't know what to do, so I bowed to them like a samurai. And I was
Naturally.
like, "You are my master." And he was like, "Dude, just go get a beer." I was like, all right,
I
whatever.
took my weapon. I just seppuku'd myself.
I just committed Sudoku in front of these people.
With a plastic knife.
Yeah.
But you can use plastic knives in airsoft.
Do you guys remember those plastic knives from the dollar store that used to like sheath the blade when you?
Yeah,
stabbed
those little
somebody?
silver
Those were
ones.
So
Okay.
fucking
Those were
cool.
so fucking cool.
In that room over there, because I do play airsoft, I have a whole bin full of training knives that I use in airsoft.
Oh really?
Like a fuck ton of them. I'll show you the one I'm going to talk about right now, because I've never said this story before. There was 2 of them. So I went to this place in, I don't know where it was, somewhere in Washington, right below us. And there's always Mouse has a story about this too, but there's always that kid who's playing airsoft or paintball.
Oh God, I didn't want to get in.
Nerf.
Yes, I have that story.
That is the kid who didn't earn what he has,
Yes.
bought what he
I
has
am familiar with this.
because of his parents.
Yeah.
So it's this guy who shows up, and we're all sitting around.
Hang on, what are those called? They have a certain name, don't they?
There is a certain name to them. I just can't remember what it is.
remember
Off the
what
top
I
of my
call
head.
them cunts.
I would like to, but there is
That's a good name.
but there is a certain
That
name
works.
for them.
So
My guy had a wooden AK-47. He gets that.
Wooden.
Yeah, no,
Wooden.
it was a paintball gun of an AK-40.
almost real steel.
Yeah, but
Shit.
it had that shiny, I want to say like cherry wood. Shine
I can't
to
remember what woods
to the
AKs are, some
AK-47.
shit face.
And he pulls this thing out of his car, and his mom pays his admission. I'm like, I am gonna, and I tap my friend Mark on the chest, who turns around. He's got this really nice spider kind of speedball gun. I fucking hate speedball. And I tap him. I'm getting him. He's my guy. You see him? Don't shoot him. He's fucking mine. And I just, first round, first couple seconds, he pulls out his gun, bang, 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 and then it jams on him. And so he's got to try to figure out how to get the fucking paintballs out of the thing. And I just lean up, and I just lean it from behind the bush, and I get him right in the fucking head, just hit. Like,
Is it paintball?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you went paintballing.
I've gone paintballing before, but I stopped after one really terrible experience.
What was it?
I was playing a game of Terminator.
Okay.
And the way that Terminator works is that one or two guys play the Terminator, and you can take as many shots as you want, but it doesn't stop until you say stop. You can hit them, and when they get hit, they have to stop. But when they hit you, you keep taking it until you say stop. And I got
Right,
shot, and
and
I got
you were
shot
telling me.
like 48 times.
You've ever been
And then-
shot in the neck?
Okay,
Yes.
I want to finish.
Fuck that thing.
I want to finish my story real quick.
Technically, it's done, but yeah.
We can go on.
But
It's
I was
fine.
in a story, and you. Okay, so Volt, hold out your hand. This is a training knife. This is,
I like that. It actually looks
This
really
is a
cool.
chunk-
So that's actually not like a knife.
That's a chunk
No.
of rubber that looks like a real knife. So there was this kid. Me and my friend.
What do you
Clint,
call it? Is that a buoy?
No, it's
that?
a kukri.
That is a kukri.
Kukri, yeah.
Okay.
So me and my friend Clint. So Clint moved back to Alberta. Clint is what I would call a brick shit house.
Yeah.
He was 6'4", about 580 pounds of muscle.
I don't want it.
He was a could piggyback me and run a marathon kind of human being. He was my best friend for a
Strong
little
like
while.
ox, smart like tractor.
Yeah, he was Balrog from Street Fighter.
Okay.
Terrifying man. So we go to play airsoft in I think it was Puyallup or something, some place like that.
You can do
And
it
we
at a
go
trot.
in-
You can do it at a gallop. You can go
So we
real
go into
toe
this
slow so your
place.
heart don't
I don't want to make
palpitate.
this. I don't want to make this now.
Just don't be late.
So I went to this place.
Do
and
the
there was-
Puyallup.
I don't have any of my airsoft gear because I couldn't bring it over the border because our airsoft rules are different than America's.
They're stupid.
So they're all changed.
Federal
So I didn't want to
rules.
bring anything on my stuff.
Federal law.
So we get in, and I'm wearing a Metallica baseball T-shirt and cut-off jean shorts. Because I used
You'd
to
be so cute.
I used to be weird. I used to really like band speakers because I
With
thought
your
they-
mohawk or no?
No,
Okay.
I
No.
had this mohawk. The hair I have now. I thought it made me look like a cool kid, but I didn't. Anyway, so I go in, and that's all I'm wearing. I don't have anything. I can't bring my kit. I can't bring my vest. I can't bring my guns or anything from airsoft. So I look like a normie. And this fucking guy comes in and sits down in his box. He's wearing full BDUs, and BDUs are battle dress uniforms. So he's wearing real steel, like what the Navy SEALs wear, real multicam, full.
I don't know what the fucking point is.
Unnecessary.
What's
Okay,
gonna happen?
Okay, but in Milsim, which is a different type of airsoft, where you play as factions, it's like role playing, like
Yeah.
LARP, but you dress up in real clothes. So he's wearing full multicam, and he puts on his plate carrier, and his plate carrier is a real Cry Precision plate carrier, not a fake one. So this is a $1,400 vest with fake plastic in it.
Just
And he
leave it.
brings out his gun, and his gun is a Polar Star. This is I'm talking about his gun decked out, is a $4,000 to $5,000 rifle.
Holy crap.
It's retardedly maxed
Yeah, the amount of
out
money that people
Wow,
spend on
rich
this
of
thing is just
custom
amazing.
made
Yeah.
parts and custom made things.
And it's airsoft.
And he pulls
Yeah.
out his airsoft pistol, and his airsoft's like the custom made Tokyo Marie Glock and all this other shit. I know what I'm talking about. And he pulls out
We
all his
don't.
equipment.
Apparently.
And he looks me dead in the eyes. me, out of all the people on these decks, he goes, fucking plebs. What the fuck? I'm just here to hang out and play a game. It's a game. And he takes it way too serious. So I go up to
Was he an Asian guy?
Yes. I didn't want to say
He
that.
looked at you. He didn't say plebs. He was like,
you guys. I think you guys said this on the.
I don't remember talking about this.
No, you might have told me in person,
I
or you might have told me on the
Bolts
podcast.
about this once. So,
Yeah.
So I went up to the rental desk, and they have a wall like bigger than my apartment of guns, and like you can rent and knives.
Where's your complaint box?
And knives in a kit.
It gets better.
And he has like 4 of these knives and 4 of the smaller ones. I have all of these knives, these cold steel knives, and he has a bunch of them. And he has 2 of these kind of shaped ones. I can't find my other one. And I go, I want 2 of those. And he hands me 2 of those. He goes, okay, what vest and helmet and stuff do you want? I go, I'm done. That's it. I just want 2 gigantic knives. That's it. And he gives me the helmet, and that's all I have. I have just cut off jean shorts, Metallica shirt, and 2 gigantic knives.
Nice.
And it gets down to it's last man standing. So it's him and 2 of his buddies that are these super tryhards. I don't mean to say anything bad because I'm a super tryhard now too. But at the time I hated these people, and me and this other guy on our team. My friend is out. And the guy is hiding behind cover and he's pointing up to them and he goes, they're up there. I was like, fucking A. And he rolls a grenade to me. And I go, okay. And I whip the grenade upstairs. And I get the other 2 guys. So now it's just fucking, I don't want to be racist, but the Asian guy who thinks he's better than me and calls me a fucking pleb. And he doesn't know what to do. Because as far as he's concerned, it's only that guy left. He doesn't know where that grenade came from. So he fucking full autos that guy at like 60 BBs a second. Because he has a Polar Star, which is a retardedly expensive system. Kills that guy. And then he thinks he's won.
Game's over.
I'm under the stairs with 2 of these knives. And he comes down the stairs. And I panic.
Whiskey in the jarro.
And I panic. Because I'm like, if he turns the corner, he's going to shoot me. But if I stab him in the ankles, I win. And I I'll do it to both of you. This is what I did. That's all I did to him. Like a very gentle, that's it. Very gentle. Nothing. No pressure, no damage, nothing. Like,
okay.
And he rolls down the stairs. Like 8 stairs up, this fucking kid rolls down. And fucking
me with
snaps,
the knife.
No!
snaps his rail system in half and his plastic barrel in half.
Oh.
And destroys his retardedly expensive gun. And I was just like, I win! Because I'm in
That's shitty, but we
that
won.
adrenaline high. I don't even care about him because he was an asshole. And I was like standing up and I'm like, I fucking win. And my team rushes out and picks me up like I'm fucking, like I just lost the last goal in the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Like I'm hoisted above these people in cut up jean shorts and Metallica shirt. Like, fuck yeah, holding 2 knives. And I go sit down and this kid comes out fucking ready to fucking kick the living shit out of me because I broke his gun in his mind.
Little pussy.
Even though he barely got tapped and panicked and jumped off stairs.
It was my Achilles heel, bro.
I know people are listening to this are like, wow, you assaulted him. But if the ref was on my side, like, you didn't do anything to him. Yeah. There's no reason he should have fallen down those stairs. The reason he fell down those stairs was hoping he would win.
Yeah.
He was hoping that I'd be disqualified for assault and he would win. But he was fine. Just his gun broke. So this kid comes up and throws his gun on the table. And he's ready to punch me in the fucking head at full throttle, this kid. And he's like, how are you gonna? And then Clint, like I just explained, is a gigantic human being. Bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sits down beside me and goes, hey, creep, what's going on, buddy? And this kid goes, I'll see you next weekend. And takes his gun and just runs back to his desk. And his mom comes and picks him up. So there's this big empty like staging area of all of these airsofters going, wow, he's a pussy. And he's like, fuck you. He's like, put his gun back in his box. It was just such a great moment of this kid losing his fucking mind.
Get to grovel in it.
I was like, you called me a pleb. I won the battle. I won. I survived with a knife.
Well, there have been like plenty of times when I've gone paint, not plenty, but one specifically, where it's been like the speedball team, and there is a difference between speedball and bushball.
Oh God, I hate those.
I fucking hate speedballers.
I don't. I just play. I only went paintballing 2 times. Shut up. I only went paintballing 2 times,
been,
and I
so-
don't know that. I don't know the difference between the two. What's the
Speedball.
Speedball is, you know when you see people in like
Like
army clothes and they have a paintball gun?
Okay.
You know when you see those kids in like bright lime green jumpsuits and a gun where it has like a huge
And they go like
trigger?
this. A
They
huge
have-
trigger.
They
They
have
go
a
like
dual
this.
trigger and they look hard as fuck.
Okay.
Those
are
kids.
speedballers.
So,
Okay.
I'm just gonna really quickly go through this. We had a paintball game back. Doom didn't come to it because I think you had something to do at that time.
I was off.
We invited everybody to go do this. It was a paintball game in our
Was
company.
this the work one?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, okay,
it was a
I heard about
company
this.
paintball game, and we brought up Ashley before in our podcast. He's one of our bosses. And we're not going to say who because we can't talk about our work. But anyway, so we get to this thing, and me and this guy Tyler from our work, great guy. He's kind of weird now, but he's fine. And he drives me there. And we get there.
Tyler?
He's the nighttime.
Yes, gotcha. Yeah.
Anyway, we get there, and there's these 2 12-year-olds with black hair down to their shoulders.
Yep, it's them.
Looking hard as fuck.
Speedballers.
with like $7,000 worth of paintball equipment. Obviously, their mommy bought them because she doesn't understand how angst works. I just remember because we did the game and it was me and Tyler sticking together because I didn't know anyone there because I didn't like anyone we worked with. But I was like, I want to play paintball and I want to shoot people. And Ashley was like, oh, you guys should come. So I came. And Ashley is downstairs and I'm upstairs. And he's like 30 feet or so ahead of me.
Where did you guys go paintballing?
Panther.
Boo!
No, not Panther. the indoor place.
Ultimate paintball. Delta 4.
I feel like you were gonna say boo
The
anyways.
indoor place in Richmond. Anyway,
Okay.
we're inside and he's down there and I see him and in my mind I go, this is the only time I'm ever gonna get revenge to anyone on our boss's team. And I just look at Ashley and I just fucking unload on him.
Did you
Just
really?
full throttle. Because I had my friend Mark, who we mentioned last time in the podcast, he plays speedball.
Yeah.
And I have his gun. And he has like $2,100 paintball gun. And I fucking unload a full tube of paintballs.
Jesus Hopper, yeah.
Christ.
150 paintballs onto Ashley's back. And he's fucking spazzing and he hits the deck. And he's just like, oh fuck, I'm out.
I can't handle it anymore.
I'm in here. Oh, fuck.
And I
Yeah, well done.
And I quickly turned to Tyler. I'm like, quickly shoot me. And he went, what? And he shot me, just out of panic. And I walked to the back and went, oh yeah, I got shot. And Ashley's like, yeah, I think I got shot in the back. And his back is just
Yeah,
yellow.
I think
and
so,
green.
mate. I think you might want to go put some ice on that shit.
And
Go
just,
get it figured out.
But no, getting back to me before you totally went off on a fucking tangent.
I just remember because that's the only time I think anyone's ever gotten super revenge on their boss.
Well, we went paintballing, Mark and I, and there was like a speedball like little group, like 3 guys who went speedballing professionally.
Yeah.
And when I say mean professionally, I mean like they went down to Victoria where the tournaments actually take place.
Oh, really?
And one of them was this like tall Filipino kind of Shang Tsung looking motherfucker, and basically like this guy knew that he was top shit. He knew that he was a tough motherfucker and really really good. I took him out, and he got so fucking salty that I took him out on one of the missions to capture the flag. He got so fucking salty that he actually went up to the ref and said that I was cheating. And so
You know those people.
and the ref's like, guy says you're cheating over there. And I'm like, how the fuck could I possibly be cheating? How am I cheating? Like,
There are
I didn't
times
wipe
where you-
paint. You can look at me. There's no smear. How the hell could I be cheating? He says you're shooting too fast.
Because
Shooting too
that's
fast?
cheating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speedball.
Because the thing is that in paintball, you're supposed to only be shooting at like 120 feet a second or something like that. No, 120. I can't remember what it is. It's
It's
like,
100
or 60 or something
I'm
like that.
thinking right where we live right now, it's 120 to 155.
Yeah, and so we're supposed to be at like 120, between 120 and 130, and they have like a speed thing they put under your barrel, so when you fire, it shows you how fast.
That's kind of fair enough because in some guns you can tune it. So, but
Well, the thing was, he was complaining that I was shooting too fast, and so the ref goes over and he fired. I'm like going at like 140, so I'm only going 20 extra feet a second.
No.
So what does it fucking matter?
Forgive me. Is that how fast you shoot? Like
No.
how fast you pull the
Per
trigger?
second is how fast the projectile is moving through the air.
Okay.
So in airsoft, our limit is in Canada is 366 feet per second. Awesome number, huh? To 455 feet per second. That's what we're allowed legally. Because if you go above that,
It's considered a weapon.
it's considered a real firearm. If
Yeah.
it goes below that,
It's considered a projectile.
It's considered a replica firearm.
Which is stupid.
Which you need to have a specific license for because it's like it's the equivalent of replicating like a World War II fight.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I have like a gun that shoots like a musket ball, so they're saying like I can't own a gun that shoots below, even though it does less damage to a human being and is better in my mind because America, I think it's like 240 to 320 is indoor.
Yeah.
So it's much easier.
What is it here?
366 to 455.
Holy crap.
So Doom went to the bathroom.
I was just joining back.
But anyway, it doesn't mean like our feet per second is much higher. But in an indoor place, much higher hurts like a cunting motherfucker.
Yeah.
But lower is better. But it doesn't mean like in paintball you can't really tune your gun on the fly unless you have a really expensive gun. But in airsoft, if you have a Polar Star,
Yeah, you need to like get off the thing and take one of the ratchet sets to it.
Yeah, in Polar Star, there are certain Polar Star modules. It's an insert for your gun where you can do it with an app on your phone. You can have an iPhone and change your feet per second and your rate of fire.
My God, that's awesome.
There's a guy we were playing with who did that. He would chrono, which if you don't know, it's a chrono.
Yeah, that's what you call it.
You shoot your BBs through it, tell you he's shooting at 360.
They get this thing that like they put it underneath just like the end of your barrel, so like there's total dead speed where your barrel is, and then they get it right past that so they can see how fast it's coming out, the actual speed.
So to make sure you didn't fuck with your gun. So,
I'm pretty sure that's why the cops do it like behind a sign or something like that, so it's the dead space and then the speed.
So it's like with a specific gun, this kid was going 370, and you shoot like 10 to 30 rounds depending on the gun, and then they tell you your average, and his average was 360. And then he would walk on the field, and as he's walking on the field, he'd pull out his app and change his rate of fire and change his feet per second. So instead of his rate per second being within allowable, he would change it to like 540 and change his rate.
Wow, what a dick!
Rounds per minute instead of being, I think it was like 830 rounds per minute is like the average for his gun. He would change it to like 13,000.
That sounds like real life hacks.
So he would come onto the field and he'd put in his mag and point at you and go, "Boot!" and dump 120 rounds into your chest in like a fraction of a second.
Probably
and
sucks
mag
dicks for a
change,
living.
go to the next guy and do it. And they would go like, "You need to come."
I'm a pacifist. I would have beaten the shit out of this kid.
This is
Like,
what,
I'm not even comfortable with punching a guy. I would have fucking belly to back suplexed him on the fucking.
That's legitimate cheating.
That's where the story's going. So this kid would go. They go, "We need to chrono your gun. People are saying you're being unfair." And he'd get off the field, and as he's going off the field, he has his phone in his fucking hip and turn it all back down. So he'd go back. He'd have a preset where he'd click it and he'd go back to preset.
Oh, what a fucking
And preset
dick.
his rate of fire. And he went to do it, and this guy, I have no idea who he is. I've never met him before. I've never played airsoft with him since. This guy in this tan mask, I'll never forget him, took his M16, which Volt just held my M16. It's a heavy fucking gun.
It is. It is.
And held it by the barrel, and full throttle hit this fucking kid in the head as hard as he could.
Like, are we talking like helmet on or helmet off? Oh god!
Oh shit!
Caved this kid's skull in a little bit. Like, emergency vehicles need to be called. Hit him as hard as he could, and as like the backswing happened, fucking put it on his shoulder and walked off field. Never came back.
Oh my god!
Wow!
No one knew who he was.
Motherfucker.
He's wearing a tan mask. No one there was his friend, as far as we could tell. There was people there were his friend, of course, but no, don't know who he is. Don't know where he plays. Don't know if he's even a Canadian citizen. Nothing. Just left and was like, "Oh my god, that's what you get for cheating in this community?"
Holy shit!
It's not. You just get banned. But this guy took it fucking personal. And I was like, "Oh god."
Well, okay. he did deserve it too.
He did deserve it.
He
I
did deserve
wouldn't
it.
say he deserved that,
A
but
helmet. Maybe if he had helmet on.
if he
it
had a
would just
helmet on,
gut butted him
maybe.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like, this kid was in a coma after this hit.
Yeah,
Wait,
you don't deserve
I don't
that.
know if you're exaggerating or if you're really serious.
No. I mean, like, full throttle with a full polymer real steel stock and a real polymer grip, like the one on my airsoft gun, my M16. Like, can we run over a tank and stand still? Essentially, got hit in the head with a piece of steel. This
Fuck.
kid. With many with many pressure points on it, just swept his head and just fucking ran.
Dude,
Bullshit.
fucking.
Yeah, this kid did not have a good time. You know what he never played with again? That fucking gun. He sold that gun because it gave him a concussion.
Oh, fuck.
Wow, we
good
went
boy.
dark there at the
Well,
end.
Good
Jesus
boy.
Mouse and
Christ.
Creep, I'd like to thank you for having Doom and Vault on here.
Yes.
And
Well, yeah,
it's
we were
actually
I
having
think-
fun.
yeah,
I think we
we're,
went
we're
45 minutes over
No,
the
we're
time.
we're 20 minutes over. So
Oh,
again,
okay. I didn't feel like it.
20 minutes over!
okay,
Hey.
now because we've done this, of course, as is tradition, how did we get here?
Okay, dude, I'm shit-faced.
Yeah, okay, so let's just do our best.
Airsoft.
Very
Now
We
it's
were talking
the
about
only silver
airsoft.
one
We were
here.
talking about paintball.
How did
Before
you
airs-
get to paintball?
how do we get to paintball?
Airsoft.
Okay, now how do we get to airsoft?
No.
No,
I
really?
went on a tangent about airsoft when he brought up... No, I went on airsoft.
You went on airsoft tangent.
And he went paintball, I went airsoft.
Now the
So
thing
paintball,
is,
airsoft.
now you came out asking before we stopped. There's a story I have to tell. So what we were talking about, the dollar store. We were talking about the knives.
Yeah.
We're talking about the knives, is what we were talking about before.
Knives?
Wait, I remember.
We talking about
Knives, yeah,
knives.
You were talking about
plastic
knives, the plastic
Oh,
knives
yeah,
from the
yeah.
dollar store. And
Airsoft
I-
training.
yeah, I was
Wait.
I was gonna go on about those cap things, like those little bomb things. You'd like pull back the thing, put a cap on it, and you throw it up in the air, and the weight would come back, it would pop.
little like nuke.
I was probably taking a piss
yeah,
at that time.
I was gonna do that, and I totally
if
fucking
the listening
jacked it.
public doesn't know, we're really, really drunk right now when we're recording.
Speaking
this.
of
Wait,
that,
one
let's
sec.
Take a shot.
Wait, one sec. And then we got to the
How do we get to knives?
theater.
No.
I don't know.
No. How did we get to knives? It had something to do. You
We're
were the
talking about
last.
airsoft. We're
You were
talking
the
about
last
airsoft.
person to speak.
Cadets.
It was cadets, but how did we get from cadets to
We stopped the
knives.
theater, Doom went and took a piss, and we asked Volt
tell a story
to tell
about
a story
cadets?
Because I haven't actually
You're
told
useless.
a long one. I am useless. Thank you.
But how did we get to talking about knives from cadets? We went from
I
cadets to
wasn't
knives.
there for that. I was not there for that one.
You know what? We are 1 hour and 21.5 minutes.
So fuck it. We can't do it.
Thank you, ladies and
Thank you very
gentlemen.
much
We'll
for
try
tuning
again
in.
next time.
My name is Mouse.
I'm Creep.
I'm Doom.
I'm Vault.
See you
Maybe
next-
less hammered.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Give us silence.